Okay, it's August 7th. Time to do another update here of the raised row garden at Old World Garden Farms. As you can see, we're starting in the tomato patch today, and our heirloom tomatoes have just simply taken off. We are harvesting right now well over a bushel to a bushel and a half a day. In fact, today took a little over 2 bushel out of here. We plant quite a bit of different variety of heirlooms, everything from Mr. Stripey to Copia to Brandywine, you name it. We even have some up here, a couple that are just amazing Tiger Blush tomatoes that almost taste like a peach. But kind of wanted to show you the size of these. All of our heirlooms now are reaching the 5 to 6. Some of them even at 7 foot. I talked about those Tiger Stripe, and I'll show you them here. This is the Tiger Blush tomato, just an absolutely incredible tomato. This plant will produce hundreds and hundreds throughout the year. They almost taste like a peach, but the raised row does really well for this. We've had a lot of rain here this year, followed by some periods of extreme heat, but the rows with the wood chips in between and the straw in there, they just keep the weeds out, and they've really kept our tomato crop growing. We've never really had an issue. As I go down the last row here, you'll see some of our paste and pasta tomatoes. They're just coming on. We're really still about a week or 2 away from a massive harvest here. We'll have about a 2 or 3 week, even though we have a lot of indeterminate varieties, there's still a big 2 week span where we pull most of them out. I'm at the back of the garden now. Our zucchini plants, usually by this time of the year in the straw bales, they're starting to fade. They are a little, but we have still pulling out 2 to 3 zucchini a day out of this. And our cucumber plants, they've just gone wild. This is an English style cucumber that we've been growing. Just unbelievable. You can see it starting to actually trellis up. We put a trellis in here because they just continue to grow, and we're getting so many. It's just a great cucumber. You see right there's another one ready to harvest. But they're about a foot long. Some of them are as long as 16 inches. And it's really amazing how many cucumbers we've got out of the straw bales. Now I'll take you over to the peppers. Our peppers are really starting to come on now. You can see there are hot banana peppers that we use for a hot pepper mustard recipe, and then our jalapenos. And then down this aisle, these right here are Italian roasters, about a foot long. Some of them, that one right there is probably about 14 to 16 inches. Just an unbelievable grilling pepper. Does great here. And then our green peppers. The peppers always come on here in Ohio really late in the year. We pull most of our harvest out of here into August and then into September. Our shishito peppers, which we use all the time now for that appetizer that we absolutely love, they are just simply loaded. We're picking probably 50 to 60 shishitos out of here every day, and they just continue to produce. You can see over here, this is when we start putting the garden to bed already in August for some of these. This was our garlic crop. We've strawed it over. The garlic has been harvested. Sometimes we'll plant another fall crop here. It could be peas, it could be another thing of beans, but this time these two we're going to leave fallow, so we just cover them with straw. Nothing is ever left exposed here. That's the key and why there's so little weeds. You can see the onions. We kind of harvest our onions as we need them. So you can see a lot of there to the right side of the onion bed. We pulled a lot of those, and we still have a lot of here over on the left. It's a great way to kind of always keep a fresh supply. Our potatoes are just now starting to die off a little bit back there. Those potato bins, we'll let them completely die off, and then when we harvest those, we just pick the crates up and the potatoes will roll out. We're about ready down here on the other side. Our spinach and our lettuces have all bolted from the summer heat. We'll pull these here in the next week, and then we'll replant for fall. Our experiment on the cabbage has just worked unbelievably. The heads under there have stayed perfect. You know, if you pull cabbage or any type of broccoli from your garden, you always have those little tiny bugs in there. These nets have done a great job of keeping those at bay. Our bean crop, we're about ready to take that out as well. We've had almost 3 pickings from that. And then we also plant zucchini, not only in the straw bales, but zucchini and cucumbers in our rows. They are both producing at some record numbers this year. You'll see the marigolds there. We do a lot of transplanting, or planting, excuse me, of crops like, you know, marigolds, nasturtiums. They do a great job of repelling pests. And then probably one of my favorite crops that we tried this year, you see the bean marker there, but what they are soybeans for edamame. And this was an experiment for us this year. And as you can see by the health of the row, we're going to have quite a bit of soybeans to make homemade edamame here. It's one of the little appetizers we love. And then our purple beans, which are just about done. I think that's the 4th picking for them. We'll pull those out as well. finish here with this popcorn crop this year, which has just been unbelievable. You know, I'm at 6'4", and this popcorn towers over me. We have some that are about 12 feet tall. But what's really amazed me, the Dakota black popcorn, which is here on the outside, which I'm showing you, some of these, if you look down, 1, 2, 3, 4 ears. Almost all of these have at least 3, but some have 4. And then we also grow a little bit of strawberry popcorn and a couple other varieties. But the Dakota black popcorn this year has just been amazing. We cannot wait. We'll pull that off here once the stalks die back. We hang it in our barn, and then we'll hang it from the rafters, and that's where we let it dry until we shell it. So that's the garden right now. Right now, like I said, between the 1.5 bushels of tomatoes we're pulling out and another bushel of peppers, we're pulling quite a bit of produce out of this little 40 by 60 plot. Glad to show you the update.